may malunggay. Malunggay, orange malunggay iced tea. Mas masustansya at mas masarap. Malunggay, orange malunggay iced tea. Swak sa lahat, malunggay litro pack.
HG Guyabano, homegrown iced tea. HG Guyabano, I love my HG. Gawang Pilipino, walang caffeine. Gawa sa dahon ng Guyabano. HG Guyabano, homegrown iced tea.
Bumangon sa tapang at lasa ng bagong pag-asa.
A bold blend of Barako coffee, fortified with malunggay and other extracts, rich in potassium, calcium, and magnesium.
Tikman ang bagong kape ng bayan, Pacquiao Coffee.
Pacquiao Original Blend 3-in-1 Coffee.
Lasa ng bagong pag-asa.
In these uncertain times, when health and cleanliness are the most important factors of the day, where germs and viruses are everywhere, when all hope is lost, it's great to know that there's one cleaning company that stands above the rest. Clean Patrol is there for you, to serve you in all your cleaning needs. Clean Patrol designs and caters to your needs, whether you are a big or small business, private home, vehicle, or even post-construction. Clean Patrol has agents ready to serve. So what are you waiting for? Pick up the phone and call now. Operators are standing by. You can also check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Go ahead. Tell them Tony sent you.
And good evening once again for another episode of Banana Cake. I'm Ernest Hernandez. I'll be the host, the moderator, and everything in between in this episode. And before we introduce our special guest for today, we would like to thank our sponsors, Pacquiao 3-in-1 Coffee, Kapeng Barako with Malunggay, Orange Malunggay, Orange Iced Tea, and HG Guyabano. Ang dating iced tea, meron ng orange juice, iced tea and orange juice, meron ng bago, may malunggay iced tea, and malunggay orange litro pack. Available at Mercury Drugs, South Supermarket, Robinson Supermarket, LCC, Rustan Supermarket, Lazada, and Shopee. And for those who want to become sellers, please email sales@orich.com.ph. And of course, we also have another sponsor, Fritza Pizzas, which Peps will tell us about it as well. Peps.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sports on Air and Youth Football's Banana Kick. Okay, and welcome, and we're looking forward to our guest today. So we'll introduce our other co-host, Miss Belay Fernando.
Wow, grabe ang smooth ng segue ah. Oh, hi everyone, welcome to Banana Kick.
Yan. Ayan, with that, we have introduced our co-host as well. So let us get the ball rolling. And before we did this production, we were talking about who will do the intros for our guests. And Belay would be happy to do it. Belay, please indulge us.
Okay, so tonight on as partly the Youth Football League's program, we wanted to invite some soccer dads tonight, or football dads, sorry. I don't want to offend anyone, but football/soccer dads. Both of them are from Davao Aguilas Football Club Academy. Tama ba yun? Davao Aguilas Football Club Academy. Parang medyo mahaba na yung,
Yes.
pahaba yung name ng team nyo. So, okay. So, first I'd like to welcome Mr. Mon Ginto of Davao Aguilas, a dad of 13-year-old Basti. Welcome. Soccer
Hello.
dad for 6 years from Davao Aguilas FC and Southridge. Welcome.
Hello, hi everyone. Nice to be here.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And next, of course, kilalang kilala yan sa notorious yan sa soccer field, the line. Kung hindi nyo kilala si yung guest natin next, di kayo nanonood ng YFL games. Dahil ako lang. Joke lang. Matagal na kami magkasama. So, pwede lokohin ng ganun. So, we also have with us Mr. John Molina, a dad of a 14-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 4-year-old. I mean, if you are friends with him on Facebook, you will know that this guy is the definition of soccer dad, football dad. They really train. So, his kids are in Ateneo, and he's also part of Davao Aguilas, formerly Ceres Negros, formerly Loyola Meralcos Parks farm. No, I was kidding. So yes, welcome, John.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be part of this program.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you know by now that the tone of this, I know a lot were intimidated when we invite them to be on a web show talking about, how you train in the pandemic, that it's an hour-long show. But I'm sure you know by now that the mood has to be chill, especially when you have Mr. Peps Avicilia on the call. So all you have to prepare for, really, apart from the fun questions, are the fun games. So you better be prepared kasi maganda rin yung prizes. And last but definitely not least, I'm super excited that he moved our training for us. One of the super busiest guys, although you wouldn't know it from his social media because he's been showing off his abs for the past few weeks on social media. So we have none other than UP men's and women's football coach, former national team coach, would be coach of more national teams if he finishes his A license. Coach Anto Gonzales. Welcome.
Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you for inviting. Hello Daddy John, hello Daddy Mon. I will only answer football-related questions.
Oh!
Yan!
Paano yun? May phone-in question.
May disclaimer ka agad.
May pinaghandaan ata ko siya.
Oo nga, hindi. Pwede yan.
Patay.
Hindi ako nag-review para sa mga personal questions, pero mga football-related questions, walang problema.
Meron namang fan dito. Belay, may fan na nga nagko-comment, no? Reynald Sangkap, shout out daw to the group. And is Anton Gonzales, Sir Ernest, player ba siya dati ng Ascals? Sir!
Ano?
Player ka pa daw dati ng Ascals.
Yes, retired player a long time.
Yon! May mga nakaka-recognize pa.
Okay, so disclaimer lang din, kung hindi masagot ni Anto yung personal question, huwag kayo mag-alala. Sasagutin ko para sa kanya.
Lagot.
Madali lang umexit, Bella. Isang pindot lang.
Huwag naman, coach.
Ganyanan kagad tayo. Sige na nga, simula na tayo sa questions.
Sige. Bella, yung panguna nating question lagi, no? Okay, of course. Guys, fathers, no? And this is the time of the pandemic. It's been ongoing for a year and a half. We're going to the home stretch of 2022 bago magkaroon ng games ulit. Any huge lessons that were learned during these times, being dads as well? What were the biggest lessons for you? Beray, sino gusto mo una natin tanungin? I want to volunteer someone, but
Can I suggest yung hindi dad ang i-volunteer muna natin?
Okay, sige.
Di ba? Baka kalain may asawa na siya at maraming anak. Okay, Coach Anto, go ahead.
Biggest lesson, I think, has to be empathy. especially on my end as a coach. I don't really know what the players are exactly going through, no, during these times, and as much as we want them to still continue progressing and improving as football players, I think these challenging times taught us that there are things more important than football. So dito lumalabas yung mental well-being ng athletes, yung connection. So ano talaga during these times talaga siya na highlight ng husto. So ayun, medyo nagshi-shift talaga yung approach sa training. Whereas kung before, very technical, very physical, a lot of talagang push tayo, di ba? Try to improve every single day. During these times, it's more on kamusta ba kayo? Kamusta ang tulog? It's basically trying to just connect with your players and establishing a strong bond despite the distance, so to speak.
Okay, who's gonna go next? Let's throw it to let's throw it to Mon.
Hi. All right. I guess as a football dad, the biggest lesson for me is resourcefulness. Kasi the kids aren't allowed, my sons aren't allowed to go out yet. Diba? Our children, before the IATF announced that they could go outside, but that's recent. But resourcefulness is really big kasi, you know, I'm sure not everyone has a big yard in the back that their children can run around and play and do practices. So you really have to make do with what you have. The internet, while sometimes kalaban yan, it's such a big resource to get tips on how to be fit, diba? Of course, there's online training also. So ang daming paraan at you know, these are the things we learned na kahit papano you can make do. So we try. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mon. Let's switch it now to John. Let's hear from you, John.
Yeah, well, actually for me, the biggest lesson is really to be patient. You know, that's very important, to be patient and be proactive, because just like in our economy, just like in our work, we have to be patient and then be proactive and think of things that hindi pa natin nagagawa before na kaya naman palang gawin. So I think Coach Anto can relate with this, because with the academy, we have to go deeper on what to do for the kids actually. And personally for me, I'm very active every weekend. During the pandemic, parang na-lock in lahat. So walang pwedeng gawin during the weekend. So I think I have to step up as a dad, as a football dad, to think things na para sa mga bata, para hindi sila ma-burden mentally actually. Yeah.
Thank you very much for those insights. So I'm just wondering, guys, no, yun nga, no, dati, you know, football, it's a social sport, you know, you have to go in, you know, you have to play with the team. Coach, how was it for you, no, and you soccer dads, no, Mon and John, how was it, you know, how different no, did it become during the pandemic, di ba? Kasi parang naging individual, di ba? I don't know how you managed to, I know you run a football academy, so how does that work? How did it go about?
You might ahead, yan.
Before we transition to an online program, yun, pinagandaan talaga namin, no, in terms of the program approach and the content. And nag-adjust din kami along the way, because initially, even if we felt na we had to be more interactive, kasi nga yun yung missing piece with online training, wala kayong personal interaction. So we tried to add elements that would, you know, allow the kids to interact, relay games, etc., etc. And then, although I realized in the beginning, naging ano pa rin kami, masyadong technical, no? And I think andun din yung mindset na parang maybe this pandemic naman will not last too long. So let's keep our players prepared for that time na makabalik tayo sa field and magkaroon na ng competition. So medyo ganun pa yung line of thinking. But when it became clearer na, this is gonna take a while, then nag-shift talaga kami into dinamihan namin yung fun games, interactive games. And then, yes, I think very important din yung paghingi ng inputs, ng feedback sa kids because this is an entirely new setup. So kinakamusta namin sila parati, kamusta ba yung activity na to? Kamusta yung exercise? Ano ang gusto niyo pang idagdag, no? Because kami rin as coaches, we have to be humble enough na hindi natin alam, hindi tayo familiar sa setup na to. We don't really know what works and what doesn't work.
So could you say, was there like a decline in enrollees? I know you have an academy, right? Was there a decline in enrollees?
Yeah, nagkaroon din ng decline because marami ding kids and parents talaga, they prefer yung face-to-face. But we're happy, no, to say na yung numbers namin are still good. We were able to keep all of our coaches. Yun ang isang bagay din na maganda, no? And the parents, I think yun, thankful din kami sa parents because they've been continually supportive, and they realized also the value of keeping their child fit, not just physically but also mentally, because yung exercise din, aware din sila that it also helps with the mental well-being of the kid.
Okay, how about you, soccer dads? John and Mon. Nakamute ka, John.
Yeah. So usually, what do health experts say about playing sports during the pandemic? So playing sports provides many benefits, actually, as mentioned by Coach a while ago. One, getting fit. Second, increasing strength, both improving heart health and mental health, actually. So very important din sa amin, like as mentioned ni Coach Anto a while ago, some parents doesn't want the online kasi kulang. So they really want face-to-face. So siguro fortunate sa akin na I have some equipment in the house, so we can play around in the backyard actually with my boys. So together with the online program with Davo Aguilas, we also have this dad and kids play around at our background.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At our end naman, I think we started off with online training mostly to help the coaches survive. Kasi when the games ended, I think na-sideline a lot of the coaches. So parang while it was also important for the kids to be fit, we also wanted to help out our coaches in Southridge and outside. So we organized these online trainings to help both the coach and the kids.
Oh, that's nice.
But now I think it's normalizing, no? So si Basti actually went on field for the first time in a long time last week, and you were asking about the social parang interaction aspect of it. Parang gutom na gutom siya sa social interaction. So we really can't wait until things things get resolved and things get clarified talaga on the rules, kasi it's important. It's part of the sport, diba? It's the sport itself.
Okay, Belay, you might have something in mind to ask our soccer dads and our coach.
Actually, no, I'm just kidding. You've asked everything already. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
You really always surprise me. Akala ko pang salo lang. Fun game muna tayo para break. Masyadong serious na eh.
Masyadong serious ba yun? May fun
serious.
question ako for Coach Anto. Kasi I was promoting our show earlier, di ba? Tapos sabi ko, I promoted it to one of my groups. Sabi ko, soccer dads. Tapos sabi na, may anak na ba si Coach Anto? Pinasal ka na ba? So anong sagot po doon? Don't lag out, don't lag out.
Marami akong non-biological sons and daughters.
Galing. Praktisado yung sagot, ha?
Magaling.
Salamat.
Marami yan siya mga anak kasi from previous academy, mga anak na yan, lumalaki na sila ngayon.
Wala ka pa ba rin-recruit sa UP?
Ako.
From the academies?
Yeah.
Yung mga kasi hindi from the other academies meron na naman, no. I think we've recruited some players from from other academies. May Forza, may Meralco, I think. Pero from our own academy wala pa kasi ang eldest namin ngayon 11 years old pa lang.
Or let's talk about your academy. You can plug anything. Now you guys can plug anything, John and Mon. So let's talk about your academy. What's your sports academy? Coach Anto.
Okay. We run the Aspire Football Academy. So it's 3-year-old plus academy. Right now we're doing online sessions and we have small group field sessions. Pero lang in subdivisions of some of our parents, no. And like what Daddy Mon said, no, iba yung excitement nung mga bata for the field sessions. So there and we compete in the YFL. But most of our kids are based in Quezon City, from Ateneo. We have a few from Claret and then Xavier. That is basically our academy. So until lang kami, we have U7, U9, and U11.
Okay, thank you for that. How about you, Mon and John? No? Let's go to Mon. Kumbaga, I'm assuming you're from the South, di ba?
I am. Yes.
Okay,
I live in Parañaque.
You're Parañaque. Okay, so malapit lang ang Fritz sa Pai sa'yo.
Pie for you.
Pag nanalo ka, okay? Mamaya, magpapagame ako. Ngayon na ba ako magpapagame?
Sige, break up muna natin yung
seriousness ba? Hindi naman serious eh.
medyo serious. Sige, game.
Gusto mo ako maging serious? Madali lang ako mag-serious. Just let me serious hat on. Yeah. Just kidding. Anyway, so yun nga mo, no? Parang and Jan, tuloy na senior moment ako, nawala.
sorry.
I was hoping to play nga with Jan pero sa siya sa 48 and below. No, I mean, what made you choose? You guys are soccer dads, di ba? Yeah. And what made you choose, let's say, your choice of a football school? Like, and where did you send your kids to football school?
Okay. In our case, si Basti started off with our neighborhood club here, si Sigla. It's run by the Reyes brothers here in Tahanan Village, kasi I live in Tahanan Village. So, Basti started there. But got invited to Ceres when they were still around in Alabang. And we felt that it was good to expand, I guess, his horizons. We also met with Mike and his good friend. So, it all came together. So we stuck with Ceres and now Davao Aguilas kasi we put a big premium on, I guess, continuity. The training program para consistent. So we're very happy with the coaching and the training principle. During the pandemic, they were very conservative and they stuck to online for the most part, so, which is good. So they're concentrating on fitness now. And I'm sure they can't wait to start doing field training as well. But yeah, our priority is really proximity kasi they're based in the South. They have a group in the South. And we're happy with their performance kasi during the different tournaments na sinalihan namin. So we've gone all the way to Singapore with them and did okay. But all the other tournaments that we've been part with, we've had fun and we've done well.
Actually, that's an important. About you, John, go ahead. You're from Quezon City.
Me, I'm from the East, Antipolo.
Antipolo, okay.
Yeah, Antipolo.
Maabot din kaming fleet sa Pais doon sa Antipolo.
Of course. But my office is in Parañaque, so I can order.
Okay. Only on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Sorry for the shameless plug.
No problem. Well, for me, my eldest player, Carl, used to play under Belay and Coach Anto with Meralco. So actually, they started with Meralco until what happened to Meralco. So we have to look for another club. But I tried to help Loyola during that time after Meralco left Loyola. So I helped the Coach Roxy. I helped him reorganize the Loyola group. And then just last year, we were invited by Mike. So So we tried, and so far, Carl enjoyed the team with the Davao Aguilas, and my younger son Kyle also plays with Meralco, of course, and then he was invited with Coach Simon at G8, also he was invited by Mike. So as of the moment, we are just doing all this agility exercises online with Davao Aguilas. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's an interesting question. Actually, that's the question that I've been toying with already. Na parang, are we in that state where is it just all proximity to the club that we're at, or do you think we're at that we're already in that situation where the parents kind of align with certain values, the kids really grow with the philosophy and the principles of certain academies? Anto, maybe you'd like to chime in.
I think parents are becoming more aware and educated about the best coaching practices. So I think more of them are parang would like to identify with a philosophy that aligns with theirs. I'd like to think it like that, no? And but yun nga it's still very difficult. For example, may parent kami from na gustong mag-aspire pero from the south. It's very impractical, no? So we recommend na may ano diyan, may nagre-recommend din kami ng ibang football academy, no? Para at least mas accessible sa kanila. So 'di ba, grabe din yung traffic but ngayong online, we've actually welcomed some players from the south, no, who wanted to join our online program. So mas naging mas naging madali for those kids who live quite far.
Sige, and that's a good point. So we're going towards it. Ito naman, babaliktarin ko naman for the dads. What is like a non-negotiable, or sir, what will make you not go to an academy, or what is like just something that will make you say, oh, I don't wanna join this club. Sorry. I mean, I want to look at it from both or all these angles. Yeah.
Fair.
Well, actually, for me, to be honest, it's really more on the fit factor, the culture for my kids. If I can see na medyo yung culture, the environment is very different from the principles of my child and also us as parents, that's a no-no for me. So I think that's, as mentioned a while ago, geographic is very ideal. Okay yung kung nasaan. Pero for me right now, as my kids is big already, mostly tinitingnan ko yung kung saan sila fit, kung saan sila mag-grow. So that is very important for them right now.
For me, it's similar. I think the thing that might be a deal breaker are the clubs that are, I don't know, for lack of a better word, known to be very competitive or very aggressive. So there are some kasi that teach competitiveness at a very young age, which is fine. No? But I think might be good to start off with a better foundation would be, fair play, skills development, discipline, more than the competitive part. Sometimes the kids form bad habits and they become palaaway sometimes and aggressive. So for me, that might be the deal breaker.
Wow, your core values and philosophy sound familiar, and I'm not trying to pirate you for any club that could be on this podcast.
Parang hindi sila ma-recruit sa school namin.
DM is the key.
DM is key. No,
DM
I'm
is
just
key.
saying na it's very interesting because I've known Anta for a long time, and I've worked with him, and as friends we also consult each other on things like this. And the reality is it's not that easy to find organizations, clubs, teams, or people that share the same core values, principles, and philosophies, and what is important. So a follow-up to what you said is, you talked about it's too competitive too early. What do you think isn't the age that is just right for the competitiveness?
Okay. I guess I'll answer that first. Entering high school is good kasi, di ba, the body can now support the aggressiveness, the competitiveness. So, when kunyari my son Basti is hitting puberty na and is shooting up and getting taller, then I think, di ba, he can learn some tips on how to shield, on how to, be tactics on how to steal a ball, kunyari, and how to defend better kasi my son's a defender. So I think the start of high school is a good time to start. I guess preparation for the later years like college and beyond. So that's fine. And maybe Coach Anton can also give his side, and John.
Last na siya kasi alam ko may gusto siyang sabihin eh. John?
Yeah, well,
Kill
for
na siya eh.
me, yeah, well, for me, it's really more on the skill level of the child. No, personally, I think Coach Anto saw these born 2012 kids. They're very aggressive already. I don't know why, because maybe they have the internet. They saw the FIFA games. This born 2012 is very good in terms of skill level, and you cannot just teach them like the way do push like this. So I think it's really more on alignment on the skill level of the kids. So if these kids are very skill level already is very high, then maybe I think it's the right time for them to push. And I think Coach Anto will agree with me because he saw in his eyes this 2012 kids, very good, this group actually. At very young age, they're, the way they understand the game, the passing skills, the power of kicking, you will be amazed actually.
Okay, fair. Anto?
I really like what Daddy Mon said, no. Ang daming factors, like what Daddy John also mentioned, skill level is also a factor, emotional maturity. But for me, we also need to define what competitiveness is. Is this the type of competitiveness that you start comparing players with other players, or you start really highly emphasizing na, hey, these opponents are like this, like that, you can beat them, you are better than them? Or do you emphasize more on an individual innate competitiveness, in a sense that you gauge your performance based on what you are really capable of, based on your own improvement, rather than gauging yourself against the other players? Because our philosophy is every kid has a different rate of development, and when you start comparing kids, then there's going to be a problem with that, because look at this boy, he kicks so well already, why can't you do the same? So nagkakaroon ngayon ng insecurity yung bata. Oh nga no, why can't I kick as hard as the other boy does? But in reality, hindi pa kaya because hindi siya as physically stronger as the other boy, no? So these factors are very important to be considered. Now when it comes to siguro with age, for example, but on my coaching philosophy, I approach it the same way, no? But maybe in terms of really pushing them to go out of their comfort zone, to push the limits, no, individually and as a collective. That's my approach sa college. You pushing talaga, no? Really, you have to sacrifice. For example, be disciplined with your sleep, with your diet. We really constantly bombard them with those reminders, and that's when we get very strict with our non-negotiables. For example, a player who doesn't go down on defense after losing a ball, then for me personally, I believe that's the right time to be tough, and to really send a message. But when you're working with U12, U14, the approach can be different, but the message can be the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I'm going to be verging on quite controversial territory now, because we have both sides of the sideline or the coaching bench or the tent on this call, and I'll take advantage. But actually, I was going to ask. I was
Parang
going
nakakatakot
to
yung
ask
tanong
it.
mo ah.
Ay, parang huminga ako ng malalim dun eh. Baka
Okay.
meron tayong ano dito eh.
Hindi naman. Kasi may nag-comment, and actually yun na yung next question ko. Hindi naman ganito ka-intense yung question ka. So we have a comment from Bud Escalante. The pits, yung tuloy, ninervous ako. The pitfalls for youth football are aggressive parents or parents who know better than coaches. There is vicarious living or play from the parents. Now, okay, I think this is a little too intense and and that wouldn't be my question. My question really is there already this atmosphere, this culture being, when you go to the games, is it getting to a point that it's a little excessive, a little too much? Is it the pressure is coming from so many, the coaches, the parents, the players themselves? Because I've seen, believe it or not, under 7 games that are really nail biters, and I'm like, wait, they're under 7. Like, wait, why is this a nail biter? They're under 7. Do they even understand like what the trophy and medal mean at this point? So okay, we can go with Mon first on your thoughts on this.
Well, it's the same way there are different types of players, there are different type of parents also, and kids are largely influenced by their parents. So as much as I'd like to say, Ninde, we live in a more gentle society now. There are really parents that are so into the game, and they want their kids to do well, and they want their teams to win. Diba? Intense rin sila. I think what's important is that the overall, the refs or the coach or the ones managing the program or managing the games parang are there to police and enforce rules, diba? Kasi para to maintain order, but you can't take away the intensity and the passion of the parents, and parang that contributes to the game. I think it makes it more fun. Wag lang out of bounds, diba? Because there are may away pag may away minsan, but diba, that has to be policed, I think. So you can't take that away. And that's me coming from I'm a very chill guy. My wife, who watches all the time with me, is the one that goes nuts. Ako steady lang. Steady lang. Ako yung nagpo-police sa kanya. So yun.
But tama naman. Like, there's either you want na walang pa kayong mga tao na sobrang chill to a point that no one's like into it, like as engaged. Parang there's also that factor na, everyone's really engaged and really learning to love the sport of football, not like many years ago na wala masyadong, siguro yung time ni Anto, wala masyadong, dahil ako lang. Wala pa masyadong nanonood.
Wala lang bastusan, di ba? Kasi, di ba, I've seen sometimes parents shouting at the kids of the other team. So that's awful. That's a line that shouldn't be crossed, di ba? The intensity shouldn't go that point na may bullying. So to me, that's the parang the bad side I've seen. I haven't seen it lately, but I've seen it happen in the past.
Tama mo, sabi ni Mike, chill na chill ka talaga.
Eto, from the chill guy to medyo intense guy. Sige nga, John, your thoughts. Medyo na, sinabihan ko naman ng medyo.
Wag mo naman akong i-booking.
Sabi ko medyo lang, ikaw yung nag-booking sa sarili mo, medyo lang sinabi.
Well, actually, I agree with Daddy Mo. No? I think it's part of the game. Some of the parents are very intense, but I think it really boils down on the culture again, on the academy. I think it's very important, for the coaches, the academy director to really align with these parents, because personally, it's an experience being a dad, being a coach, being a manager of the academy. So I know the standpoint of these people. So I think, sinasabi ni Belay kanina, medyo intense. I think siguro part of the game, and being a soccer dad also that really plays the game also. And so talaga nadadala ka minsan. But I think it's with the help of the academy, as mentioned by Daddy Mon, policing. So just we have to align everything. And I think everything will be okay.
I think minsan, nagjo-joke kami na yung AED or yung first aid namin para sa parents, yung medic tent namin. We're getting ready for just in case. Kasi mainit na, tapos nagkakainitan pa.
Oo, nung panahon namin, parang gano'n, nag-aaway yung mga tatay.
Diba? Actually, ay natatandaan
Buti kung tatay lang, mga nanay, actually.
Ngayon, nanay na.
Mas intense ang mga nanay, Tito Peps.
Nung panahon ko kasi dati, mga tatay nag-aaway eh.
Oo nga eh.
Ngayon, mga nanay.
Sabi nga ng dad ko dati, nung mga litran, ano ba yan? Litran, I don't know kung sino kalaban nila, nagsaslash pa ng tires. Ganun ka-intense talaga yung rivalry. So, meron talagang point na passionate about sports. How about you, Coach Anto?
Yung intensity ng parents, actually, okay yan, because that's how they express their their support, diba, for their kids and for the team. And I think lahat naman ng parents, I would like to believe they have only good intentions, no? Yun nga lang, minsan hindi nila nare-realize na nakaka-affect na sa sarili nilang kid and sa ibang kids, no? So na-mention yung role ng academy. I think it's very important, no, for the academy to educate the parents. For me, I believe it's a must. It's a must for every academy to have this workshop or seminar or whatever, to help the parents, no, make them know how to support their kids better and make them understand ano ba talaga ang needs ng kids. How do the kids want them to be supported by their parents? Kasi minsan ang iniisip ng parent, yun nga, expression of his or her support, pero for the kid pala too much na pala yun, no? So that there has to be an education pagdating doon sa area na yun. And then I think the YFL also, or like yung mga sports, yung mga organizations who run the competitions and parang have member clubs or academies, I think they also have an important role in pushing the academies to have these kinds of seminars, workshops. They can actually make it mandatory for these academies. Now, you have to hold a yearly seminar or whatever, show a proof, whatever, no, before your membership gets renewed, because this is a very important part of the sport. And yun nga, hindi natin masisisi talaga yung ibang parents. Kami, may na-experience kami, isa naming player started crying on the field because he was really bullied, no?
By the parent.
By a parent. Sinigawan siya talaga. And hindi ko napansin as a coach, and then later on the parent of the kid just went up to me and, "Coach, nagsumbong the name of the kid," and then the guy, the dad of this other team was really shouting at him, no? So talagang natakot yung bata. And yun nga, I mean, baka ganun yung upbringing din nung dad na nambubuli, no? So they don't know any better. So us as an academy and kunyari YFL as an organization, I think it's also a responsibility to educate the parents.
Okay, so on that, like you've already mentioned certain ways to police it, to improve on it, to make sure that it's well balanced by the organization, by the academy. Just something that's been thrown around, like the YFL discussions for a long time already. Do you think that kaya natin to apply the AYSO formula or model wherein parents are integral and part of the entire organization? Like they volunteer to do this, they learn how to be referees, they learn how to be coaches, so parang they get a feel of every role of it. Do you think that's applicable in some way to youth football here? Yeah, Mon, go ahead.
No, it definitely no. I think in my experience at least, if your son goes to a certain stage na in playing the sport, so after siguro a summer of playing and they continue, um, in most cases a parent would want to be involved. So I think there's space for that definitely. Kasi the parents need to know parang their place in the whole training of their son, di ba? Of course they're the coaches at home eh. So they have to reinforce what's being taught on the field, what's being taught in school football, kunyari varsity. So it's very important that something like that is done and can be done. And I think elements of that are being done na in most of the clubs, di ba? In YFL, for example, all the parents need to sign a waiver and need to sign an agreement na, di ba, may rules na kailangan i-abide. In the school where Basti is part of in Southridge, the coaching philosophy is such that parents are very involved also in helping the coaches implement and reinforce the things that they want to teach, the values that they want to teach. So very important. Yeah.
Okay, John.
Yeah, actually, I totally agree with Dimon. A classic example of that is when coaches during the game, every time they call the name of the player, and then the parents are also calling the name of the player. So the kid is now, who's gonna listen to, the parent or the coach? So if you are already involved, then you will understand that during the game, let the coach call the play. Very specific. So if they doesn't know and understand that concept, then definitely there's a problem. So personally, I really push for that program that the parents should be involved. Yeah.
Interesting. Coach Anto?
I totally agree, and we can adapt this, no, maybe until U12, U14, wherein yun nga less competitive, no, and really the goal is enjoyment, development of the kids. Yun, pwede siya. But then again, yun, kailangan din talaga ng ano niyan, ng educational part, no, for the parents. Syempre, if one parent would referee a game involving his kids team and another team, syempre kailangan may ano pa rin, may fairness, di ba? And so and lahat naman yan nagbo-boil down doon sa idea na we're playing the game. The kids are playing the game because they want to enjoy, they want to make friends, they want to improve, without the notion of winning. Kasi if matanggal yung notion of winning, I don't think parents will, magiging super biased when they referee, no. I think yun ang isang importanteng mindset to have if we want to adapt such a program.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely a buy-in of everyone. Like totally, like if that goal that you set is the objective of the organization, the philosophy, it's a bigger scheme, the federation, because it will stream down to the younger age groups and to the coaches and the entire philosophy. So it's a bigger picture, and unfortunately we don't have that much time. We went down the serious road, so
Oh, ito na, game time na.
wants to take over again.
Sorry po, ma'am. Sorry po.
Teka, may mga questions din sa social media, Belay eh.
Ay, sorry. Kanina
Meron
kasi
dito.
sabi nyo take over, tapos
Yun nga, maganda nga naman yung ano.
Teka,
Ito
ubusin
naman,
ko lang
balik
yung mga
tayo
nasa
sa
social
game
media
wala,
natin
wala.
ha.
Go ahead.
Oo.
Okay na.
Okay.
Sabi,
Thank you so much
sir-
for that, Bella. Totoo, na-insecure naman ako. Tapos. Kidding. Okay, now, since we invited dads to be our guests for the show, no? I have a game, okay? And it's going to involve our three guests, okay? Coach Anto, Daddy Mon, and Daddy John, okay? Do you have your cell phones with you?
Yep.
By any chance? Okay, so ito lang, no? I'm gonna call the game. The game's gonna be called Papa Balls. Okay? Papa Balls kasi kayo, especially si Coach Anto, Papa Ball kasi single pa siya, di ba? Kayo hindi na pwede kasi magiging trouble lang sa mga asawa niyo pag naging Papa Ball pa kayo dalawa.
Yung Papa Balls ba may dash o wala?
Ay, hindi ko alam. Alam mo naman ako, wala akong period, wala akong question mark, wala akong hyphen eh. Anyway,
Nanonood pa naman yung mga
bring out
bata.
your cell phones. Wholesome naman. Okay?
Alright.
Okay, I have 5
YFL
questions.
show,
Okay,
YFL.
paano na lang to? Kumbaga for school pride, for Ateneo, for Southridge, and for UP. Ganun na lang ang laban natin, di ba? Okay, kung
Don't
sino mas
forget-
magaling at mas maabilidad.
Don't
Kung
forget
ano lang naman to,
Papay.
kung nakakatuwaan lang. Okay? Okay, you will have to, the first guy, okay, between John, Mon, and Coach Anto, to flash me the picture of what I'm looking for. Okay, we'll get a point. So, Belay, I need you to be the referee. Okay? So, are we game?
Pabilisan
The
ng
first
type.
one to flash, ha?
Pabilisan
Okay,
ng
the game
type
is
yan.
called Papa Balls. I will be asking you questions to look for something in your cell phone and you have to flash it, okay, on the screen. My first question. Okay, alam nyo naman, di ba, kakatapos lang ang Copa America. At sino naging champion? Argentina. Okay, so now, can you please show me the first dad to show me, or the first guest to show me a picture of the Copa America ball? Okay, the first one to flash the Copa America ball.
Siyempre, titingin din ako.
Kasi may fake
Tama
kami
yung
binibenta
kinuha.
sa Shopee na fake. Bilisan nyo. 1.
Ayun.
Yan. Congratulations.
Mabilis yung
Coach Anto,
internet.
1 point. 1 point. Tama.
Nasa internet yata.
Mahina ata internet ni Coach mo, ni Daddy mo, tsaka ni Daddy Dan. Okay, galing nyo. Second question.
1 point.
1 point si Coach Anto. Okay, next. Get ready, guys. Show me a picture of the smallest sport ball. Easy yan. Easy kayo. The smallest sport ball. What do you think is the smallest sport ball?
Wow. No, na legit. Wait.
Yeah. Not mine, The smallest sport ball. Ay, wholesome pala tayo. Sorry.
Papa Balls.
Goal.
Ano yan?
Ano yun, sir? Coach,
Ping
ano yun
pong.
sa'yo?
Ping pong.
Ping pong. Okay, you have a chance. That's not the one. You have a chance. Daddy Jan, Daddy Mon.
Goal.
Ano yan?
Goal.
Squash.
Squash?
Yep.
And then what's yours, Daddy Jan?
Golf.
I'm sorry,
Golf.
nobody won.
2 point. What is it?
Ano, wait, what was yours, Mon? What was yours?
Holland.
Squash.
Squash.
Baka Holland yan,
Marbles.
May
I
sport
think Daddy
ba?
Mon is correct. Daddy Mon, that's the
Uy.
smallest ball in the sport.
What?
Congratulations, 1 point.
Galing
Nice
1 point for
one.
Daddy Mon. So it's 1 for UP, 1 for Southridge, Ateneo. Wait
Oh my
lang.
gosh! Grabe!
Ang gagaling nila, nakikinig sila sa lista.
Sawa na sa
magagaling
pizza
sila
si Daddy John. Sawa na sa pizza eh.
Hindi pa nga yata nakakatikim si Daddy dyan eh. Okay, next. Okay,
Next.
question number 3. 1 point Mon, 1 point Anto. Okay. Look for a picture of a ball that is not round and is used and name the sport that it is used for. Look for a ball that is not round and name the sport that is used for. Dali niyan.
Oh.
Round, not round?
Not round.
Not round.
Nice
Ayan,
one.
okay.
Wow.
What sport is it played for? I used for daw.
Yan. What sports
Rugby.
that?
Rugby.
Okay, that's correct.
Nice
Kasi
one.
that's either American football or rugby.
Rugby, yeah.
Nice
Yan.
one.
Rugby yung
Gusto
nilalaro
ng
yung
pizza.
hindi na ano sa
Seryoso
iyo.
si Coach Anto. Seryoso.
Teka,
Share
wala
tayo
po,
sa
saka wala
pizza.
katira.
Palaban.
QC.
Competitive ang
QC,
ano.
naku, patay tayo
Yan.
dyan.
Share tayo
Okay.
sa pizza ha.
Pizza ba? Kala
Punta ka sa
additional
QC,
product
punta ka
from,
sa
Sir
QC.
Mike. Okay, game.
Pinasa
So,
yung
a
si
picture
Mike
of
daw
a ball
magbibigay ng premyo.
that weighs the heaviest. Show a picture of a ball that weighs the heaviest.
Okay.
Ting tong, ting tong, ting. Si Jan, ang hina. Mahina ata internet kay Jan eh.
Mahina nasa Antipolo eh.
Ganun ba? Dapat mataas sa... Okay, what's
that?
yours?
Bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
Galing.
Okay, bowling ball.
Akin,
Yeah, bowling. then.
medicine ball.
Medicine ball. Okay, I will give it to Mon.
Bowling ball.
Yeah.
No, but it's not the bowling ball. That's the second heaviest.
Shot put.
That put is correct.
Oh.
Bagay kay Belay.
Walang Google yan ha.
Actually, ang shot put at saka bowling ball halos magkasing bigat sila.
Pero
Okay,
mas maliit ang shot put.
Mas maliit
Tapos
yung shot
yung
put.
nilalagay dito, di ba?
Oo.
Tapos iikot ka para bato.
Oh, ito last sa tiebreaker. So John, sorry na lang Hindi abot yung
Get 1 point, John. Get 1. I'll give him my point sa shot put.
Hindi ka
Yeah,
nga
yeah, yeah.
kasali. Referee ka nga. Ikaw talaga. O, last. Okay, ang tanong ko. Ito, madali lang to ha. Saan ka ba teka muna, saan ka nag-high school Jan?
Sa Mindanao.
Mindanao,
Stella
okay.
Maris,
Alam mo
yeah.
siguro to, ikaw, Mon, saan ka nag-high school?
Ateneo.
Ateneo. Okay.
Ateneo pala siya eh.
Siya pa. O ikaw, Anto, saan ka nag-high school?
Claret.
Claret. Oh, putya, kilala mo pa. Sorry. Si Coach Bam. Dumaan ka pala kay Coach Bam.
Oo naman, tatay ko yun.
Tatay mo ba yun?
Tatay niya yun.
Pumuti ang ulo niya sa mga mga players niya.
Nawala
Ito,
ako.
last question, tiebreaker between Mon and Anto ha. Show us a picture of the two most popular balls located in the parking lots of some schools.
Two most popular balls.
Okay, located in the parking lot of some schools. Pagkatapos
Parang ang hirap i-Google niya na.
Kayo doon.
Ano yun?
Google, most popular.
Hindi kayo mga
most
Pilipino.
popular
Ano ba
balls.
kayo? Makasosyal yung mga eskwela nyo? Wala bang ganun doon? Sa kantin.
Fish balls!
Fish balls.
Pakita nyo. Doon na makapakita, Anto and Mon.
Coach Juan.
Ay, nasa
Ayan, nanalo si Mon. Congratulations, Mon. Tinalo ko si Coach Anto. Buti na lang, tiga pa rin niya.
Pinili mo yung taga-Paranaque nga.
Madaling i-deliver.
The two most important balls after practice is fish balls and squid balls.
Yes.
Dami pa naman sa
Congratulations.
UP yan.
Thank you so
Marami
much
sa
for
UP
joining our
yan.
game.
Oo nga.
Sa UP yan.
Kaya nga, meron naman doon sa may labas ng Ateneo meron. Sa may Katipunan meron. Kundi sweet corn yun ang binibenta. Thank you so much for joining my game.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Daddy Mon.
Daddy Mon,
Fish
you
balls
are
ang nagpanapanalo.
Okay.
Anyway, may mga tanong dito sa social media. Ubusin ko lang, no, bago before we wrap up. No? Actually, may nagtatanong dito kay Coach Anto. Anto, ano lang daw? If you're gonna choose, Chiefy Kaligdog or Stephen Schrock?
Hirap naman nun.
Ang hirap no? Talaga seryoso yung tanong no?
May political answer yan. Political answer yan.
To push our local talents, Chiefy.
Okay. Tapos, Bella, may tanong sa'yo dito.
Napaka-safe.
May tanong
Tama yun.
Dapat nga, ginawa na natin ng kwento nung 2010 si Chiefy eh.
Yeah,
push na natin ng husto. Kaya lang, hindi natin ginawa.
Okay lang yun.
Okay. What else?
May isa pang tanong dito kay Coach Anto din. Talagang kay Coach Anto, no?
Pwede rin yung daddies choices nila.
Oo nga eh. Ano daw, from Gab Ferreras, how's the UP men's right now habang wala pang UAP? Sabi Feb 2022, ang opening ng liga pero may updates baba kasama ang football. Mga seryosong tanong
sa ngayon, puyat dahil sa Euros. No?
Oo nga.
Tahan kami dyan eh. And then pero nag-online training sila, and then balitas updates sa UAP is malaking factor ang vaccination ng athletes. If the UAP can secure enough funding or yung mga individual schools at mapa-vaccinate.
Donate, no?
Oo, depende.
Mga alumni.
Kung kaya ng budget nila, pwede naman i-push lahat ng sports. Tapos merong merong mga options, no? But they're really pushing na lahat ng sports magawa, and then yung mga next options pabawas ng pabawas. Ang pinaka last ang last resort talaga kung limited ang budget is yung mga syempre income generating sports natin diyan.
Okay. May tanong dito para sa co-host no. Ma'am Belay, di ba asawang mo po si Tony De La Cruz, legend ng Alaska, number 35? may nagtatanong sa'yo, Belay, oh. O, di ba may gano'n?
May follow-up question din, Belay.
Babae ba yung nagtatanong o lalaki?
Lalaki naman.
Yun na ba yung tanong?
Baka basketball fan no? Si Raynel. Oo, yan.
Asawa mo? Teka muna, pulista ka tapos ang asawa mo, basketball player?
Tahimik siya.
Alam yung sasagot ko eh. Parang may ginawa ba akong mali? Teka lang.
Wala naman, di ba? Siyempre,
anyway.
papabol din naman yun eh.
Anyway, yan nga may we have a very active social media right now, no, maraming nagko-comment din sa YFL. But anyway, may mga sinasabi pa dito si Bud Escalante. Coach Anto, how far off is youth talent from the Philippines in its ASEAN powerhouse neighbors like Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, etc., assuming if there is a gap?
There really is a gap.
There's a gap.
And it's a significant gap. I mean, it all starts with football being their number one sport, no? As soon as makapaglakad yung mga bata, they start playing football. So until we reach that kind of culture, I don't think we will ever lessen the gap, no? So I think that's the starting point talaga. We have to find ways, no, to have a footballing culture in our country.
Okay. Anyway, yan lang yung tanong natin, no? But anyway, thank you very much guys for taking time, no? And actually nag-overtime tayo. We were supposed to end at 7 o'clock, may 7:02 na. Pero kung may mga
5 minutes naman yung
ads,
5 minutes yung ads.
Hindi, pwede tayo mag-additional 5 minutes. Okay, if there's anything you'd like to plug, say welcome.
Yan. Okay, sino unahin natin? Siyempre, Daddy John, ikaw na mauna.
Well, shout out to all the Ateneo parents, football parents. Hello, thank you for watching. And also the parents of Davao Aguilas. Hello. And to my family, hello. They're watching right now.
Oh, 'di ba? Ayan, malapit na, masarap na ba dinner diyan? Nakahain na ba?
Oo.
Kami pizza yung dinner yata eh.
Ayun.
Sa weekend pala.
Sa weekend.
Weekend. I'll get your details pala mo na. I'll get it. Okay.
All right, since kayo na rin, Daddy Mon, ikaw na yung sumunod.
Well, shout out to the Davao Aguilas team for inviting me and through them, and then to the Southridge parents and Southridge team, Coach Roxy, I know you're watching, and to my family, I guess. Hello, everyone.
And
Okay,
finally,
and then to siyempre yung pinaka-papabol natin, di ba?
Oo, hinuli natin yan. May listahan yata ng babatiin eh.
Of course, first and foremost, salamat sa Banana Kick, no. Keep doing a very good job. You help promote the sport, no, here in our country. Kailangan natin ng marami pang ganito. And then yes, hi sa mga parents na nanonood diyan, mapa Aspire, mapa Davao Aguilas, mapa I hope we continue encouraging and supporting our kids sa kanilang mga footballing and endeavors, but of course allow them to develop at their own pace, and always ask them about their needs. Okay, alam natin puro good intentions tayo. We want what's best for our kids, pero minsan mas alam ng kids natin what's best for them. We just have to ask. So yun lang, and maraming salamat. Nice to meet Daddy. Nag-meet na pala kami ni Daddy John. Daddy Mon, nice to meet you.
Saka si Daddy Peps. First time.
Daddy Peps.
Go UP! Go UP! You're my favorite coach now. Okay, before we end the show, meron pa tayong 2 minutes. Okay, ito yung usual question ko.
Yan.
Have you ever attempted or stopped a banana kick? Or did a banana kick? Kasi wala naman sa inyong goalkeeper yata dati. Nag-banana kick ka na ba? Kumain ka na ng saging saba?
Banana cue.
Yung mga boys ko, they're always trying to make it perfect, the banana kick.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Okay, but have you tried it before? Have you attempted before? I'm sure you're a football player. So have you tried the banana kick?
Yeah, pero not successful.
Okay, how about you, Ikaw, Mon?
Ako hanggang banana cue lang ako. Banana.
Banana cue on the sidelines. Coach Anto, ikaw, nag-ano ka eh, askas eh.
Hindi, diretso lang yan eh.
Nauso yan.
Banana cue.
Mga 80s, di ba? 80s.
Oo, 80s. Sorry.
Inabutan natin yan.
Nice one.
Parang tinamaan ako doon. Anyway,
ngayon yung mga
someone who
kids
asked
actually, hindi na nila ginagamit yung banana kick ngayon eh.
Ano na ba ginagamit ngayon?
Tawag dyan.
Yung ginawa ng
banana kick ngayon.
Ako rin, hindi ko. Pero nagtanong 'di ba na sino ba yung in-interview natin na hindi niya alam yung banana kick?
Hindi ko na maalala.
Meron kaming in-interview, hindi niya alam kung ano yung banana.
I think it's a curveball. Hindi ba
Curveball na lang, no?
Curveball na lang
it's
yung
curve
a
shot.
curveball right now. The
Pero-
kids, they call it curveball.
Yung mga OG, it's banana kick.
Ano mo
Pala
yan,
Peps
Coach Anto,
eh.
dumaan ka pala kay Coach Bob. Tanong mo yung tomato kick. Alam niya yun.
Ay, syempre alam ko yun.
Nice one. Alright.
Okay,
Hindi
Ernest,
tayo
go ahead.
nagkita doon.
Okay, actually Peps, ikaw na ang ano, since yung mga co-host ko naman ang dapat ang magpaalam. Peps, anything to plug, anything to promote, anything mga gusto mong batiin, mga fans mo?
Wala naman akong fans eh. Kukunti lang. But anyway, Fritz Pies firing over on the weekends. Every weekend, you can go to our Facebook page. It's called Fritz Pies, or Instagrams, and the order link is there. So please do check out Fritz Pies. Okay, it's handmade sourdough 12-inch pies. Okay, and Bella, ikaw may promote ka.
Ayan na. Back to you, Bella.
Ipopromote ko. Kung nakyutan kayo kay Coach Anto, napakabait,
Bye-bye.
dahil ako lang.
Ala, out now.
Ayan.
Kita mo.
I-message nyo lang ako. Ano lang naman eh, pag gusto nila maging in touch, aspire, ganyan, diba? Ikaw naman, kung ano-ano yung iniisip mo.
In touch, figuratively, and
May mga bata.
Talaga siya. Idol talaga siya. Genuine, yung principles and everything. I really agree with a lot of things, and I believe that, Coach Anto will do great things. So
The feeling is mutual. Always, Belay.
Anyway, meron yung isa ko lang ipa-plug is hindi ko ikinahihiya si Tony De La Cruz. Oo, asawa ko siya. Tapos, pero hindi na siya player. Kasi parang baka isipin nila na ikinahiya ko siya. Kaya hindi ako kumibo. Pero, ang clarification ko lang is hindi na siya player. Assistant coach na siya. Yun lang.
yan.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Yung number 35 is retired at home.
Yeah. Retired at home. Yeah, yun lang.
Bella, ba't ka nga namili ng basketball player instead of a football?
Ay, napunta kay Bella yung
Next time lang tayo mag-usap, Peps. Ubus
Okay.
na yung guests natin.
Okay. Juan, anything to plug? Anything to
Okay na, kota na lahat. I-mention ko na lang yung mga sponsors natin. Pacquiao 3-in-1 Coffee, Kapeng Barako with Malunggay. Of course, para sa mga gustong mag-reseller ng Orange Malunggay, Orange Iced Tea, and HG Guyabano, please email sales@orange.com.ph. And also special thanks to Fritz Pies and Clean Patrol. Ako po si Ernest Hernandez. Para dun po sa ating mga nasa YouTube ngayon, please subscribe to our channel, and of course para nasa Facebook, nanonood kayo, if you're not familiar with the Youth Football League page yet and the Sports on Air Facebook page, please do like as well para malaman nyo kung sino mga susunod naming guests sa Banana Kick. And with that, we just leave you with this very special message in times like these, which is just to stay safe and God bless.
Thank you very much,
Malunggay,
guys.
orange, malunggay, iced tea. Mas masustansya at mas masarap. Ang dating iced tea at orange juice, may bago na. May malunggay. Malunggay, orange, malunggay, iced tea. Mas masustansya at mas masarap. Malunggay, orange, malunggay, iced tea. Swak sa lahat. Malunggay, litro pack.
HG Guyabano, homegrown iced tea. HG Guyabano, I love my HG1.
Gawang Pilipino, walang kastin. Gawa sa dahon ng guyabano.
HG Guyabano, homegrown iced tea.
Bumangon sa tapang at lasa ng bagong pag-asa.
A bold blend of Barako coffee, fortified with malunggay and other extracts, rich in potassium, calcium, and magnesium.
Tikman ang bagong kape ng bayan, Pacquiao Coffee.
Pacquiao Original Blend 3-in-1 Coffee.
Lasa ng bagong pag-asa.
HG Guyaban.
In these uncertain times, when health and cleanliness are the most important factors of the day, where germs and viruses are everywhere, when all hope is lost, it's great to know that there's one cleaning company that stands above the rest. Clean Patrol is there for you, to serve you in all your cleaning needs. Clean Patrol designs and caters to your needs, whether you are a big or small business, private home, vehicle, or even post-construction. Clean Patrol has agents ready to serve. So what are you waiting for? Pick up the phone and call now. Operators are standing by. You can also check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Go ahead. Tell them Tony sent you.